I'm good.
Rob Kendall, along with Tyler Bless, the head coach of the Plainfield Quakers. Coach, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Rob?
Well, let's get down to the most important part. The mustache is gone. What what's
Yep,
happened?
we lost.
That's it. It's that simple.
Cut and dry.
Next question. All right, let's talk about last week at Decatur Central. Obviously, a very good team. You guys knew you were going to run into that. Now 5-1 on the year. Talk about where you guys felt you came a little bit short at Decatur Central.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the expectation was still to win. I thought we had a really, solid week of practice. I thought our kids were locked in mentally. I thought we had a very fearless mentality. I thought we were physical for majority of the game on offense. I think defense physicality was there. I think throughout the entire game. I think we were disciplined for majority of the game. We kind of let some extracurricular things happen in that third quarter and that fourth quarter that is not us. Um, and then I think we had really some pretty good energy throughout the game. Those were our keys to victory. Um, I thought we had a good start. They go down and score. They convert on a 4th and 1. We score on a third down. Bryce Sabance finds Zaner and Tom on a backside slant and takes it to like 70 yards. So, that was a nice response to Decatur's first score. We get a stop on defense. We go down and kind of convert on some third downs. Cohen Vanderbilt scores on a reverse. So, had the lead, did some really good things. I think that second quarter on offense, kind of towards the end of the second quarter, kind of would like that one back. Obviously, they made a really nice play. Their quarterback scrambled and found the end zone, going down 3 at halftime. Felt like we still had plenty of momentum and opportunities for us. But the first two drives for us on offense in the third quarter were really not efficient. We were 2 straight 3-and-outs. We put our defense on the field for way too long in the third quarter. Those guys had our back. They played extremely hard on defense. They did a really pretty good job of containing all the athletes that Decatur has, made them earn the field. We go down 10 in the third quarter, kind of get something going a little bit midway, right at the end of the third quarter, and then just get a really bad self-inflicted personal foul call that puts us in 3rd and 20, and then had a mishap on a punt. So things like that against a team like Decatur, you can't afford to do. The margin for error is really slim. We know that our kids understand that. We've just got to be, we've got to be better as coaches and players to make sure that when it is, 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 or whatever it is, that we've got to go out and execute. I mean, we were 4 of 15 on third down. We were 1 of 6 on fourth down. You're not going to beat a team like Decatur on the road with those numbers on conversion downs. So I'm extremely proud of our young men for fighting hard and for playing for 48 minutes. I don't think we ever threw in the white flag, which I'm proud of. Obviously, I'm not happy that we lost, but we've got to learn from it and grow. And we have an opportunity to play at home this Friday, and we're going to make the best of this week because that's the cards that we were dealt. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's disappointing. We want to win all the games we play, and obviously, but this is not obviously defining our season or who we are as a program or who our young men are as student athletes.
Yeah, I kind of felt like really it came down to two things, and I think you hit on both of them, which is one, you guys kind of struggled on those third and fourth downs, and then also the sort of the unforced penalties and errors, and really those two things were sort of I felt the deciding factor in the ball game.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly got could get some things going, but as soon as felt like we would kind of maybe get into a rhythm on offense, we would get a phantom holding call that they called on 3rd and 1 that they hadn't called all night, or it was a self-inflicted wound by us. Defensively, I really they were our defense was solid. We put them in bad positions. We gave them bad field position as an offense. I thought they played extremely hard. I don't think we put them in great positions, but they I know we gave up 37 points, and that's, not our goal, obviously, but I thought given the athletes that Decatur has and what our scheme was, our kids did a really good job of playing football to the best of their ability and try to keep an edge as much as possible against their athletes.
All right, let's thank some of the fine sponsors that make our Plainfield football broadcast possible all year long. Frigid Frog, New Wave Solutions, Gunnell Financial, Crone Family Construction, Adrenaline Fundraising, Crest Point Real Estate, Real Estate Coach P, Chris Pearson, Sell with Jones, the Stewart Home Group, Remax Centerstone, Julia Burbridge, Flora Brothers Painting, I-70 Record Service and Garage, Units Moving and Portable Storage, Haynes Roofing and Remodeling LLC, Headquarters Barbershop, Edwards Jones, Chris Hoskins, Ellison Associates, BGW Construction, and Legacy Motorsports. All right, so as you mentioned, Coach, got to get right back at it. This week we're back at home against Franklin. What do they bring to the table?
Yeah, Franklin Community is 3-3. They got a good win Friday at home against Mooresville. They kind of hit a little bit of a tough patch that the last, really 3 weeks before that against some conference opponents. But really an athletic team. They have an extremely impressive defensive lineman that's going to, I believe, Indiana next fall. He is a very good football player. He's a guy that we're going to have to put a lot of attention to, but also, pay attention to the other 10 that's on the field for their defense. Offensively, it's the same quarterback we saw last year. He's a good athlete. I believe he plays baseball as well. They've got a nice set of tight ends. They got a good set of running backs that play hard. So we're going to have a good week of practice. It seems like this is a game that we always enjoy going against Franklin. I think Coach Cole does a phenomenal job. He's a class act guy. He's a guy that's won a state championship. He's got a lot of respect here in Central Indiana. Does a great job of running that program. So they were going to come in here and play extremely hard. I would be shocked if they didn't. But we've got to have a good week of practice. It's also our senior night for our young men in our program. So we get to honor those 22 seniors and their parents and expect victory on Friday night.
Yeah, how big is it for you guys not only to win this game but have a strong performance? Given, as you said, some of the things, the third and fourth down conversions in particular, how important is that to kind of get back into the right way of things this week?
Yeah, I mean it's certainly important. I think it's we have to address it because it's only going to get harder for us. We've got 3 guaranteed games in the regular season, and then we've got a sectional opponent here. I think the draw is in mid-October, so we'll know that going into our last game. But we got to continue to play complementary football. We did that on Friday at points. We didn't do it enough, and I think that showed. Our challenge to our kids on all last week was to win 1st and 10 on offense and defense. At times we did that, and at times we did not. So we've got to be more consistent. I always want to look at us and kind of self-scout us on where we could be rather than what our opponent did or the scheme that they had. Obviously, sometimes they're going to get us just on sheer maybe, okay, hey, on this play, the scheme was better than what we had against it. But we've got to continue to be more consistent throughout, all 3 phases. I think our special teams needs to really step up and start making more plays for us. I think our defense continues to be a bright part for our program. We've got 9 seniors on that team or on that side of the ball, and our offense is has the ability to make big plays, but we've got to be able to convert those 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s, and that starts with our offensive line up front. So, we're going to continue to coach. Obviously, that's number one. I think our kids are going to continue to show up and play for each other. But, this is something we got to learn from and grow, and you got to get back in on Monday and get ready for a new opponent that's just as good as the last one. That's what's great about the Mid-State Conference.
Yeah, again, let's thank our sponsors, Frigid Frog, New Wave Solutions, Gunnell Financial, Crone Family Construction, Adrenaline Fundraising, Crest Point Real Estate Coach P, Chris Pearson, Sell with Jones, the Stewart Home Group, Remax Centerstone, Julia Burbridge, Flora Brothers Painting, I-70 Record Service and Garage, Units Moving and Portable Storage, Haynes Roofing and Remodeling LLC, Headquarters Barbershop, Edward Jones, Chris Hoskins, Ellison Associates, BGW Construction, and Legacy Motorsports. So do you just walk in the next day and the mustache is gone? Do you tell the kids this is punishment for losing? How do you maximize the impact of the mustache?
I shaved it about 36 minutes ago. And my wife saw me come out of the bathroom and kind of gave one of her smart aleck laughs. And I went down the stairs, grabbed my coffee and my backpack, and I came to talk to you. So I honestly, you might be making it a bigger impact than it really is. It's just a piece of hair on a lip, but I will miss it. We'll see if it will return here at some point. It would be nice if you could grow one as well.
I just feel, I just feel like you could have gotten a lot out of the mustache, like some big win one for the Gipper type of speech
Yeah.
for the mustache. You know, I'm not, you obviously are the coach. I'm just the guy who asks the questions. I'm just saying in the future, maybe the mustache could get more than what we got out of it this time.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I had it for a really long time. I don't really know when it started. I honestly feel like it started maybe in the summer, and it was just kind of like, well, let's let this thing go. So I think the people in my house are happy to see it go. I don't know if the children that I own or have even notice.
All right, well, let's get a big win on Friday night. Let's get back into the swing of things, and we'll hopefully look forward to talking about a 6-1 Plainfield squad as we head into week 8.
Okay. Thank you, Rob. Have a great week.
Thanks, Coach.